Our topic that we now resume is alliance with Rome. And Rome is the Christian, Orthodox, Byzantine Empire, which today is led by Russia. And they're the ones who are following Nabi Isa alayhi salam. And Allah says that He's going to intervene to cause these Christians to become overpowerful, dominant over the others who are committing kufr. And when that takes place, then it will continue until Qiyamah. And I want to suggest to you that that moment is about to occur, when Allah will intervene to ensure that in the war which is now about to take place, that this part of the Christian world, which is faithful to Nabi Isa alayhi salam, will overcome that part which is committing kufr. And that this part will then remain dominant over that part until Qiyamah. Surah ar-Rahman confirms our conclusion. We have pointed out that in Surah ar-Rahman, Allah has spoken about two people. And He repeats the ayah 31 times. So He's making 31 attempts to get us to think. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Why did He not mention it only once? Why 31 times? And who are these two? فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا two people. Who are they that He's addressing and who are rejecting the truth which has come from Allah, rejecting the truth which has come from Allah, تُكَذِّبًا. And He answers, يَا مَعْشَرَ الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ. It is an alliance of human beings who are sinful, rejecting the truth from Allah, and jinn, who are kuffar, who are shayateen. The alliance of these two. And He tells us how to recognize them. When He goes on to say, يَا مَعْشَرَ الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ إِنِ اسْتَطَعْتُمْ أَن تَنْفُذُوا مِنْ أَقْطَارِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. If you wish to embark on the effort to explore and to penetrate that which is above and that which is below, the oceans, the depths of the earth, then go ahead and make the effort. And we'll see who are the people who did it, who gave us the world, gave to the world all the Star Wars and the intercontinental ballistic missiles and the satellites and so on. And who then used their control of the air, the skies, to establish their military dominance over the world. It is these Christians there. And they were able to do it because they were in alliance with the shayateen. They wouldn't teach you this at Oxford University. But the truth doesn't come from Oxford. It comes from the Quran. And woe unto those who are neglectful of the Quran. Woe unto those who will not go to the Quran to seek to explain the reality which is right there in front of you today, and which has been there with you for 500 years. But Allah goes on to say something more. He says, "La tanfudhuna illa bi sultan." Don't forget, never forget for one moment that you'll only be able to get your missiles to fly and your revolving satellites and your military stations up there in the sky and your robotic submarines at the bottom of the ocean, nuclear armed and stuff. This will only take place to the extent that authority is given. And authority comes from Allah, not from the Security Council of the United Nations. And so, inherent in this declaration is that they should never have forgotten when they started NASA and they started your attempt to control the skies, military. Allah says, in the same way that Allah gave authority for you to do it, one day He can withhold that authority. On that day when He decides that this part of the Christian world is now going to become ascendant over that part of the Christian world, on that day He can withhold authority. La tanfudhuna illa bisultan. I don't know if there are other scholars of Islam who are explaining Surah ar-Rahman this way. I don't know. There may be. But I'm saying to you that the Quran is actually telling us that in the war which is now coming, the 500 years of Western dominance over mankind is coming to an end. And modern Western civilization is riding out into the sunset. And those who follow Nabi Isa alayhi salam, after this war which is coming, will now be dominant over their rivals. What remains to be done now is to show the implications of the conquest of Constantinople, which will follow the Great War. And since Allah is intervening in the Great War, سَنَفْرُغُ لَكُمْ أَيُّهَا الثَّقَلَانِ, since Allah is intervening in the Great War to ensure that this side becomes dominant over that side, وَجَاعِلُ الَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوكَ فَوْقَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. And when this happens, it will be إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ. This side will be dominant over that side until the end of the world. It follows that Allah must also be the one who chose that the conquest of Constantinople should follow the Great War.